This week, we'll be talking about the latest Star Wars news stories. Plus, we'll be analytically breaking down Rogue One, a Star Wars story. All this and more taking place in the Resistance HQ.
Help me, Obi-Wan Kenobi. You're my only hope.
You were the chosen one! It was said that you would destroy the Sith, not join them! Bring balance to the Force! Not leave it in darkness!
For over 1,000 generations, the Jedi Knights were the guardians of peace, justice, and the Old Republic.
I will not be the last Jedi. The Force will be with you, always.
I got a bad feeling about this.
Hey there, Star Wars fans, and welcome to In the Resistance HQ podcast, a weekly family-friendly Star Wars podcast.
In today's episode, we're breaking down the week's latest Star Wars news stories, and we are continuing our series where we do analytical breakdowns of every Star Wars movie today with Rogue One, a Star Wars story.
Before we start, I would just like to remind you guys to subscribe on whatever platform you're listening to us on. It really helps us out. And check out our Instagram at In the Resistance HQ. Also, don't forget to visit my YouTube channel, Astromet Productions.
But first, let's get into the news of the week.
That's not how the Force works. Amazing. Every word of what you just said was wrong.
Many Bothans die to bring us this information.
Look, I can't hold forever. If you reach him, tell him Leia has an urgent message for him about his mother.
Good job.
Okay, so our first news story is one that I'm sure everybody has heard, and that is that Gina Carano has been fired from Lucasfilm. Yes, we are doing this for two reasons. One, because it's a big news story, and two, because I couldn't find any other news stories because all the Star Wars news outlets are covering this at the moment, which is really rather annoying. Okay, so this particular one comes from the Hollywood Reporter. Gina Carano will not be returning to The Mandalorian or the Star Wars Galaxy after sharing a post on social media implying that being a Republican today is like being Jewish during the Holocaust. Gina Carano is not currently employed by Lucasfilm, and there are no plans for her to be in the future, a Lucasfilm spokesperson said in a statement. Nevertheless, her social media posts degenerating people based on their cultural and religious identities are abhorrent and unacceptable. Carano has also been dropped by a client by UTA, an agency spokesperson confirms. So yeah, bye Gina.
I am not actually that sad that she's gone. I didn't really like her character much.
Originally she seemed like a nice person. Her character at first was fine. Then they started to bring in the order stuff, and I was like, okay, this is pretty cool. And then she did this kind of whole COVID stuff and this stuff. And I'm like, yeah, she's not a nice person. And then her response to this, all her stuff on Instagram saying, we are starting the rebellion. They cannot back us down. I'm like, shut up, go away. I don't like you anymore. I hate you. Just, no, you're a horrible person.
Hate's a strong word, Patrick.
That's why I used it.
I know what I said.
She just annoys me now. I don't like her anymore.
Yeah.
Which is kind of sad. Because the thing that's annoying me is there's so many people out there be like, they're trying to cancel her, cancel culture, stopping her free speech. It's not. She said something that under no circumstance, given your political views in any way, is acceptable. She's offended multiple times. She has spread COVID conspiracy theories and US election conspiracy theories. Disagreeing with the fundamental values of Lucasfilm. She's been, according to some sources, she's been warned about this multiple times, and all those, all her things are still there. But it's just annoying me.
Yeah.
Human beings are stupid. I've said that. Yeah. So yeah, I can't say I'm particularly sorry. I just hope they recast her because she looked like she was going to start going somewhere.
That's what they're trying to just like make her a simple character. She's joined back in the rebellion. Nothing else is gonna happen to her anymore.
Well, she's joined the New Republic. I thought they were going to do some.
That's what. That's what I meant.
Yeah,
That's
I
what I
thought they
meant.
were going to do some stuff with her in range of the New Republic.
Mm.
And there were reports that she was going to have her own show that then got cancelled because of her COVID tweets. So, you know. And the thing that's really annoying me now is that she liked a tweet that someone said about comparing her getting fired to Pedro Pascal and bashing Pedro Pascal. So she's essentially just defended Pedro Pascal. And I
I don't understand. What did she do?
She liked it. So someone was saying, how come Gina keeps her job but Pedro doesn't? And she liked that tweet. And
why would they? Why would they fire Pedro Pascal?
Exactly.
I mean, maybe because she's a woman. They don't like women. They're sexist. Who knows?
Joe, stop being an idiot.
I was joking. I'm joking.
I thought you were against this whole kind of Kathy Kennedy SJW agenda stuff. I thought you.
Yeah, I was being sarcastic. Okay.
Sarcastic.
I was being sarcastic.
Sarcastic. That's how. Yep. Sarcastic. Like Quarren's. A Quarren's sarcastic, or are they just untrustworthy? As we all know, you should never trust a Quarren. Hashtag never trust a Quarren.
But what was the other one? Always trust an Ewok.
Always trust an Ewok, never trust a Quarren.
Exactly.
I'm so sad. I've been putting that hashtag on all my Astro Productions Instagram posts and all my In the Resistance HQ Instagram posts, and not a single person has ever, apart from me, has used that hashtag. It's really disappointing. Like, guys, seriously.
Well,
you should always trust an Ewok, but you should never trust a Quarren. What do people not get about that?
Seems pretty simple to me.
I know. Start spreading awareness about the untrustworthiness of
the Quarrens.
Exactly. They're just not very nice people.
The Mon Cala are so much better.
No, Mon Cala should rule. Wait, no, the Mon Calamari should rule Mon Cala.
Yeah.
Yes, yeah.
That's the way around.
That's the way around it is. Yes. Oh god. The Mon Calamari are like the greatest species, and then the Quarrens are just like ugly squid people. I mean, the Mon Calamari are also kind of slightly ugly squid people, but they're cool ugly squid people. The Quarrens are just untrustworthy ugly squid people. And then you have the Ewoks, which are basically just walking teddy bears, and they're the cutest things ever. And Rebellion Soldiers had Therapy Ewoks, and I want Therapy Ewok.
I used to think that the Ewoks were just like baby Wookiees.
Wookiees, yeah. Yeah, you told me that. Oh god. We if we ever get enough listeners and stuff, we need to start doing merch. And get
I don't know if
get like t-shirts and hoodies with hashtag never trust a Quarren.
I'd wear that all day long.
So would I. We need to get like a sweatshirt with it on, a hoodie with it on, and a t-shirt with it on.
Yeah.
And then we could have like just standard In the Resistance HQ merch with our logo on. And I can't think of any other merch ideas. So if you think of anything, then I have a Google Doc on that.
Any ideas for t-shirts?
Yeah, merch ideas. And we're never gonna need them, but still, it'll be fun. So yeah, I now no longer like Gina Carano. So yeah, but I don't want to get into that now because it'll just make me miserable.
Same.
The last time we did something political to do with a Star Wars actor was that John Boyega.
And we didn't even record.
Back in summer, we didn't record that, and that single podcast was so draining in itself.
Yeah.
And we especially because I forgot to record. After that, we didn't record for 3 months. After that was a huge gap, the biggest gap for us.
Did we not?
We didn't record for 3 months now, because we did record in 1 and 2, and then between that we didn't do another recording between that recording and when the first Mandalorian episode came out, and we did A New Hope analytical breakdown.
Yeah.
We just never got back into it, and we've been pretty good since then. Actually, we recorded every week with the Mandalorian.
Pretty sure we missed the last 2 weeks though.
No, we did last week. We missed the 2 weeks before that.
We did it last week.
Yeah, because remember we did
Oh yeah, we did do it
Confirmations,
last week.
yeah.
We did do it last week. Yeah.
Yeah, because but we took a break for Christmas and then we had exams and stuff, so we didn't do it the 2 weekends before because we were
Yeah.
yeah.
Because we were studying really hard.
Yes. And I still did terribly in the exams because
S-
the computer marked them rather than the teacher.
Oh
which is
my,
really
yeah,
annoying.
it was auto marked.
I know.
You cannot do workings out on Maths Watch.
And the worked out were okay. But the problem is with the computer one, if you don't put it exactly how it wants you to,
yeah, it just
then
marks
it
it
doesn't
wrong.
give you the mark.
Pretty sure I got
And,
15% on
like
one.
if you like in an exam, if you got like a if you
Human to
did
mark
work it out in a slightly different order, the examiner will be fine with that. You get full marks, but because the computer algorithm they've got to enter it, you don't get full marks. I was literally like two or three marks away from getting 7 across all of like as my average of 7, but because it was computer marked, I didn't get it, which is so annoying. So I don't like Maths Watch anymore. Yeah, so that's. But we're gonna keep doing podcasts from now on.
Maybe we should do a maths podcast.
I think we should do like if we ever get there, we should do like as well as start when the kind of movie culture picks up a bit more. We should start doing like just a nerd podcast, where as well as talking about Star Wars stuff, we talk about Marvel theories and Harry Potter stuff. And possibly X-Men things, and just a bit more kind of, or like each month or something, we think of a new franchise to watch, and then the next month we'll be talking about that franchise and stuff. That could be fun. But I think at the moment we need to get this one off the ground.
I'm pretty sure it's under the ground at the moment.
Yeah, I think it's just
negative
not
viewers.
even visible. We've got a few actually. Next.
Do we actually?
Well, yeah, we do actually. I know. And then it's surprise, it's not just me.
Is it me?
No, it's like actual members of the public.
Wow, that is.
It's not just me rewatching it to give us views. I mean, a couple of them are. I'm not going to deny it.
Wait, how many people? How many like individuals that aren't
like
you and me?
5.
Wow, I thought it was like 0.
In my defense, going back and rewatching your own videos and podcasts to give them views and likes isn't a bad thing. Star Wars Theory, who has 2.5 million subscribers, still does it. So, I think I can be excused. Don't judge me.
I don't think he does it.
He does.
No way.
Yeah, in a video he posted about not that long ago about him making YouTube videos and stuff. There was literally a clip of him going, right, I'll just give it a like and a view just to start it off. He literally still does that. Which is quite funny.
When he gets like millions. Wait, how many views does he get? Like
I don't know.
Loads.
Yeah, so we should probably move on to our next story.
All right.
I swear to God, if we ever do like a nerd podcast and we do Marvel episodes, we should totally have Rezwan on, because that dude knows a scary amount about Marvel.
Rezwan.
Yeah, he's like slightly obsessed with Marvel.
Has he even watched Agents of Shield though?
No, I know.
He can't.
Why has nobody watched Agents of Shield?
If he needs to watch it before he's on the podcast.
Yeah, because Agents of Shield is just amazing.
Yeah.
Okay. Our next news story is that Iden Versio actress, I'm so going to butcher this name, Janina Gavankar teases Battlefront 3.
Oh yeah, I heard something about this. I forgot who's. It was like an Australian YouTuber.
A dude on Twitter. So what's Iden Versio up to around the time of The Mandalorian, asking for a friend at Janina Gavankar? So you copied her, and she responded at Mitchie D at Walt D Williams. Wanna let him know. So this Walt D Williams person would say, whether you're a Mandalorian or a Ranger, I can't think of anyone better to have in your corner than Iden Versio. and then so that doesn't say as much. But then the other guy she commented on that thing during the time of the Mandalorian, Iden Versio is a former rebel, ex-special forces, a war hero, married, friends with Shriv, about to be a mother, and most importantly, ready for more stories. For those who are curious what she might be up to, I know I am.
Oh, so this is before that kind of extension to
Yes,
the.
this is before this. So the Mandalorian is kind of 15, 20 years before the DLC, I'd say.
Okay.
The DLC takes place roughly the same time with The Force Awakens.
Mm-hmm.
It takes place just before. So I mean, she literally says, "Wanna let him know."
Yeah.
What the dude says, "Ready for more stories." If that isn't her teasing something, then I don't know what is. So I think from this we could say she is possibly either involved in she'll be involved in Range. I'd say Range of the New Republic is the most likely, and then
I thought she was. Wait.
and then
I thought you said she was going to be in the game.
well, obviously she didn't confirm anything, but I'd say if she's gonna be in something, I'd say it could either be Rangers of the New Republic. I think that sounds pretty plausible, or a Battlefront 3, because there have been strong rumors of a Battlefront 3, and EA have said they're certainly not stopping doing Star Wars movies.
I'm pretty sure I heard something about
there have been strong
her
rumors
getting
about,
together with kind of the old
yes,
crew.
from Battlefront 2.
Yeah,
Would you like to see Battlefront 3? I know I would.
definitely.
But I think they can make Battlefront 3. I think they could possibly make it Iden Versio again. I'm sure. The campaign, I think, whatever way they do it, will be awesome. I think what they could really do is, for the non-campaign bit, make it. Well, I think so. We originally have Battlefront 2015, which was just an online thing. For Battlefront 2017, they then added a campaign. Could it be, after? So we know the Ubisoft game is already in development, but we don't know anything about a Battlefront 3 already in development. So could it be possible that they have the Ubisoft open world, and the Battlefront 3 will be campaign online plus some open world stuff, and it'll be like the ultimate game. So they'll have kind of lightsaber tech of Fallen Order and the starfighter tech of Squadrons, and we'll have kind of classic characters that we've never had before, like Ahsoka and Asajj Ventress and Rex and Mando and IG-11 or something.
The thing that you said with doing the kind of Fallen Order lightsaber combat, I don't think they'd be able to do that when it's PvP.
No, I mean those controls. Because the lightsaber controls for Battlefront 2 are different from the ones in Fallen Order. So just using those control things.
Couldn't you just change your controls?
It's a slightly different setup. Because you play on PC, I don't think you quite get it. But on Xbox, you notice it slightly more.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, I certainly think they could do something like that.
Yeah.
And they should add more. We could get a Jabba character.
A Jabba character. Imagine Jabba as a hero, just sliming everyone, crushing them.
Yeah. I'm just going to look up Battlefront 2 mod characters and see what some of the best ones are.
The Battlefront 2 mods have gotten insanely good.
Yeah, they have. We could have Cal Kestis in there.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure we already do.
No, we don't.
Yeah, we do.
Not in Battlefront 2.
Yeah, we do.
In Battlefront 2, Cal Kestis is not a character.
No, not a character. I meant as a mod. That's what I was talking about.
Yes. So no, mods. Yeah, I'm talking about ones they could have as a character.
Yeah.
If they made Battlefront 2, obviously.
Battlefront 3.
If they made a Battlefront 3.
Yeah.
Obviously, they'd have Ahsoka. Obviously, Mando. I think. They could have some updated skins for Boba, Snoke possibly, Cody and Rex. I think
Snoke doesn't really do anything.
Yeah, but I think that they could do something with him. Cody and Rex, I think they could have Bo-Katan and Pre Vizsla or something.
Yeah.
That'd be kind of cool.
Maybe they could add Anakin. Who knows?
They've already got Anakin, mate.
Yeah, I know.
What's another one I saw? Or they could add some of the Bad Batch members. That'd be kind of
Go
snazzy.
5s.
Yes, they could add what do you call him? The dude from Solo.
I think I know who you're talking about.
Tobias
Big-
Beckett.
Yeah.
Yeah. The Crimson Dawn dude.
I highly doubt
Who's
they're
called-
gonna add him though.
It could do. If they made it like a super big game.
But they add like Ezra, Kanan, Sabine.
Yes, yeah. I think they could add. They could do a lot of cool stuff with that.
Maybe some like the
Qui-Gon.
Sut as a
Because they haven't got Qui-Gon on there, which is kind of surprising.
yeah.
So yeah.
I still don't understand how BB-8 is a hero.
But he's not a villain, is he?
No. But they do have a villain
he's-
version of BB-8.
Yeah, BB-9. He's actually quite good. I once managed to kill Emperor Palpatine with BB-8.
I don't think that is physically possible.
No, I did. I killed like.
You must have been
somehow-
fighting
I
against.
somehow managed to kill like Emperor Palpatine and Darth Vader both with BB-8. It was the weirdest, and I'm trash at Battlefront too. You can get around really easily.
It is free on PC now.
It's free on everything, I think.
Oh, well, yeah. Epic
So
Games
that
made it free on PC.
Probably wraps up our news section. I can't think of anything else to say. So, impression of the week time. Woo!
Missy called Jar Jar Binks. Missy, your humble servant.
Great warrior.
Now let's leave your wife out of this. There is no need for such impropriety among thee.
So obviously we're doing Rogue One for our movie this week. So what should we do for impression? I'm guessing something from Rogue One, probably.
I'm thinking the droid. I can't remember his name or his voice.
K2SO4.
Yeah, yes.
I was thinking we do either shirt. Just obviously, I am one with the Force and the Force is with me. I am
Oh,
one with
yeah,
the
yeah,
Force
yeah.
is with me. That's quite an easy one. I haven't actually watched Rogue One in ages.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say.
Yeah.
It has been a long
I
time.
mean, I can remember K2's voice. It's something like, "I've got a bad feeling about this." He gets cut off.
Congratulations.
Yes, congratulations. You are being rescued. Please do not attempt to resist. K2's pretty cool. I like K2.
Yeah.
What could we go for? I think K2 is probably a pretty solid one.
I think it's kind of like a serious movie. There isn't much stuff.
Yeah, there's not much kind of. Yeah. K2 is like the main comic relief. There's no one like with weird voices or stuff that we can do. And it's not like, we've got Obi-Wan where we can just say hello there for like 10 minutes.
Yeah. What director Krennic?
He's got a boring voice. He doesn't really say much.
No, he's basically just
I can't
another
remember anything
talking.
he says because I haven't watched the movie in ages. We should really start watching these movies before we do each breakdown, shouldn't we?
Yeah, I
That might be a good idea. As I said though, I haven't watched most of the movies in kind of 2 or 3 years. So weird to think
I have watched the prequels trilogy recently.
I watched the prequels back in the summer, and I watched Phantom Menace again about a month ago, when I meant to start rewatching all the Star Wars films. But yeah.
Yeah. About after Christmas, like early January.
Netflix price is going up soon, so we're cancelling it, and because at the moment there's so much on Netflix I want to watch, so I'm just trying to work my way through that. So, but because I know that whilst I've got Netflix, I'm never going to sit down and watch all the Star Wars films. I want to watch all the stuff on Netflix because there's so much I haven't watched. So
Yeah.
as soon as the price goes up, we're going to get it cancelled, and I'm probably going to watch all of them then.
How much is it going up by?
Only like 2 or 3 pounds a month, but that equals to another kind of 30 or so pounds a year. It's quite a lot. But we're only cancelling it for like 3 or 4 months or so. But yeah, so because I can't remember if I said this before, I'm just gonna watch Phantom Menace, Attack of the Clones, all 7 seasons of Clone Wars, Revenge of the Sith, then Solo, Rebels, Rogue One, New Hope, Empire Strikes Back, Return of the Jedi, Mando, what's next? Force Awakens, Resistance, Last Jedi, Rise of Skywalker.
I have rewatched Rebels recently.
I remember because you started yelling about the Ahsoka.
About Ahsoka being added in, and also
overexcited.
and also it's kind of like
It was so funny because I
timelines, because
I had no idea what you were talking about when you were so excited about the Ahsoka, because obviously they seem to have changed it for the Disney Plus version, where they have, when she's on Malachor, where you see Ahsoka.
Yeah.
Whereas in the original version, you didn't.
I watched it when it came out, and I was like,
yeah, and
well,
you didn't see her.
There's like a white speck.
Yeah.
Tiny white speck there, and we're speculating whether she died there, because it did seem like someone fell down.
And you messaged me, and you were completely freaking out that you could actually see Ahsoka at the end of that episode walking out of the temple. And I was like, what the hell are you talking about? It's always been like that. And you're like, no, it hasn't.
Because there are so many times.
You didn't tell me that it hadn't always been like that.
Yeah.
It took you like 10 minutes.
I said they changed it. I said they changed
it. 10 minutes to tell me that. or to like properly explain why you were so excited. So the whole time you were just sitting there freaking out. I'm like, what the hell is going on? It's quite funny, that was.
I mean, there are so many times in Rebels,
like timeline stuff, and I stopped listening because you were talking absolute nonsense.
Yeah.
If we had any listeners, I'd do a poll about if people think Star Wars has different timelines, but we don't have any listeners, so or we don't have enough to do a poll. Because I do it on Instagram, and nobody views our Instagram stories except me. So, maybe when we get a few more. Maybe. Did we ever decide? I think Pressure of the Week's just got to be K2.
Yeah.
I feel like it's sort of like there's a 90% chance that she's going to shoot you. Something like that. I can't remember the line.
It was a very high percentage.
Yeah. K2's like C3PO, but slightly more psycho.
Slightly.
C3PO is just kind of, I want to say clumsy and slightly officious, whereas K2 is just kind of slightly like, oh, all right, mate, calm down.
Overly competent.
He's just slightly psycho. Have you seen but K2 is actually pretty intelligent. Have you seen the Hishi, where when he's trying to steal the information from that droid?
Yeah.
So it's memory banks instead. That would have made so much more sense.
Yeah.
I feel like they were. I saw something recently. In fact, I'll talk about this later when we get to the breakdown. So now that we've finished that slightly chaotic impression of the week, it is probably time for quote of the week.
Help me, Obi-Wan Kenobi. You're my only hope.
Do or do not. There is no try.
He is the chosen one.
This is the way.
You are the chosen one! It was said that you would destroy this and not join them!
The Force will be with you, always.
Wait, I was gonna say something when I was on the topic of Rebels. I just remembered now. Honestly, I think it's a better show than Mandalorian.
The Mandalorian is my favorite TV show of all time.
Yeah, but Rebels has just so much nostalgia for me.
Yeah, because I watched kind of bits of season 1, maybe 2 of Rebels, and I never really got into it.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, so I always kind of didn't particularly like it. And then when I got what do you call it, Disney Plus again, I watched it and I really love it. It's like
I honestly kind of prefer the
Clone,
earlier seasons.
it's like with Clone Wars, so many people have this kind of huge nostalgia for Clone Wars, and I just don't, because I never watched it. Because
Yeah, I remember you only just started watching it when Disney Plus came out.
No, well, I watched season 1 and 2 before, but yeah, so I was good at I watched season 1 and 2 before Disney Plus, but then yeah,
you watched the rest with Disney Plus and you just never got to.
Yes, because I never
honestly, the earlier seasons of the Clone Wars, I always watch them. I do find them enjoyable, but they weren't as good as the later seasons, like season 3 and beyond.
Yeah. We're supposed to be doing quote of the week, aren't we?
Indeed.
Yes. So I think quote of the week we have to go for kind of it's been done. It's such a good quote. Rebellions are built on hope. It's just such a good quote. You know.
It is. It really is.
I mean that's just like a classic quote.
Oh, I remember watching the movie for the first time. It was Rogue One in the theatre. Not the theatre, the cinema. But I remember.
I keep saying theatre by mistake. I find myself saying it, and I'm like, "Oh my god, I'm dead American."
I remember on the tannoy they called out Hera Syndulla, Hera Syndulla's name, or Captain Syndulla or anything.
Yeah,
and I was so excited.
I didn't pick that up. At all. It was, but looking back, it was pretty cool how much stuff they managed to sneak in Rogue One.
Yeah, they sneaked in the ghosts, did they not?
They did.
Yeah.
The Battle of Scarif is so cool.
Yeah.
It's just because like the Battle of what do you call it? Yavin, Battle of Yavin. Was because it was the first Star Wars movie. It was, you know, a couple of X-wings, a couple of Y-wings, and some TIE fighters.
Whereas, imagine if they did that, like remastered it. There would have been so many TIE fighters.
Yeah, if they did that now, it would be a fleet like in
multiple
Rebels.
times the size of
Rogue. It wouldn't be quite the size it would be in Rogue One, because there's only about a week between Rogue One and A New Hope, and they lost tons of ships at the Battle of Scarif.
I don't think that would have affected the Galactic Empire.
What do you mean? No, I'm talking about the Rebellion.
Oh no, I'm talking about the Empires and like how their fleet would have been.
Yes, but I mean like the Battle of. It's this weird going from the Battle of Scarif where there are so many rebel ships to the Battle of. But I think that in terms of the in-universe experience, that actually works, because it then very much sets apart the Battle of Yavin from the Battle of Endor. Like if the Battle of Yavin had all that extra stuff, it would seem like a big final battle. But then you know the Battle of Endor would seem like a complete copy of the Battle of Yavin. But because the Battle of Yavin, because they had different, because it was full fleet, because the Battle of Yavin was a fighter battle and the Battle of Endor was a fleet battle, then it made them very different experiences for us.
They had grown a lot since then. I just think it's incredible how they were able to overthrow an entire planet of Imperials before, like, quite a few years before the original trilogy in Rebels. Lothal, I'm talking about.
The liberation of the Lothal was cool.
Yeah.
Liberation.
Like Ezra's just like, oh, we have all of your Imperial troops captured. You're trapped. You have to leave this planet. And he's like, no, you have just taken them out of the city where I can bombard them. You've taken them into a safe location.
The thing I've always found with them. It's like, why is every single one of your troops in one city? That's like on Earth, all the troops on the planet being in like London, for example. I think, or I guess with Lothal, it's much more sparsely populated. That's always one of the things that's kind of, I wouldn't say weirded me out, but it's kind of confused my brain about.
I guess it wouldn't have been all of them, but most of them, because they were probably anticipating an attack. They just had an attack, so they probably would have sent reinforcements.
Yeah, but
and also they had one of the most important factories in the Empire.
Yes. I think with they probably wouldn't have I think Lothal was pretty sparsely populated, but one of the things that's always kind of slightly weirded my brain out with Star Wars is the fact that it was like everyone on this one planet, everyone on each individual planet has like kind of speaks the exact same language and is fine with having one ruler and one government between them. I mean, if you tried to put one government out of the whole of Earth, there'd be rioting everywhere because we're a slightly stupid species. But it's always kind of been fascinating to me how whole planets can function in the same way as a single country. Like in England, we have kind of huge arguments in parish council meetings. Have you seen the video of that parish council?
No.
Have you not? The meeting where that people get kicked out and everyone. Yeah, so we can't even function at a parish council level, let alone at a planet-wide level. And here Naboo is democratically electing a queen, a 14-year-old girl, to lead an entire country. That was 300 years ago. Probably more.
An entire country.
We can barely even agree on someone to lead the size of England. Earth is we're just a stupid species on Earth. I think it's not very good at this whole democracy thing.
Like they're so calling all humans on Earth not smart.
Are you telling me that humans on Earth are clever in comparison to humans in the Star Wars galaxy?
No, they are not.
Exactly. Humans just have no common sense. We're just a bit stupid, to be honest. We're very intelligent. We just have no common sense whatsoever.
It's double for me.
Yeah. You have no intelligence and no common sense. Right. It's probably time to move on to our main and section thingy. Our analytical breakdown of Rogue One, a Star Wars story.
You will be a Jedi, I promise.
For over 1,000 generations, the Jedi Knights were the guardians of peace and justice in the old Republic.
Show me again the power of the darkness.
The shroud of the dark side has fallen. Begun the cloak man. I am your father.
And I'm the Jedi.
It's time to let old things die.
You are the chosen one! It was said that you would destroy us and not join them!
Hey! And now we need to remember the movie.
I cannot remember the movie. I think we definitely should watch the movies together.
When COVID's over, we need to just have a sleepover. 3 days, just watch all the movies. Because I did that. Do you remember Voiter?
Wojciech, yes.
Yeah. I did it with Voiter, who's a big Star Wars fan, and Caden, who doesn't really care.
Back in Czech.
No, it was when he was here.
Oh, okay.
And it was actually a lot of fun.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm so fascinated to watch the sequels with you, because you tried to watch a bit of The Last Jedi the other day.
You know how that went.
For like 10 minutes, you were just there spamming me about how much you hated it. I was like, shut up and watch the movie.
Yeah.
And then you'd spam me even more about how terrible it was. I'd just be so interested to watch it with you, so I could just sit there and kind of put my hand over your mouth and force you to watch it. It's going to be a lot of fun. And then we're gonna
strap me down.
We're gonna get 15 minutes into The Last Jedi. Kind of 2 seconds after Luke appears, and we're gonna have to pause it because we'll have a massive argument. One of us will storm out. We're not going to speak for the next 6 months, and the podcast will never happen again.
Exactly.
Yay! In fact, I'll tell you what we should do. If we've got more listeners, we should like live stream half of it. That'd be kind of fun. Or live stream our reaction to each movie. As like a
The
follow-up
first
to this.
time reacting to every Star Wars movie. I mean,
Yeah.
the first time watching the Star Wars. I've never watched the Star Wars movies before. Can't wait to.
It's so weird. It's so weird. Like Return of the Jedi is my favorite Star Wars movie. I first watched it when I was 6. I've watched that movie 4, maybe 5 times. If that.
How?
I know.
I've probably watched it like 20 times.
I just don't rewatch movies that often. Like for most people, rewatching the Star Wars movies, they'll do that kind of every year or two.
Yeah.
Kind of once or twice a year. I do it kind of once every kind of 2 or 3 years. Now, I occasionally watch, the odd movie if I feel like it, but I do not regularly go back and watch the movies, which is just so weird.
I'll watch
But then again, yesterday,
a TV show every year.
I've
maybe
never
6 months.
rewatched TV shows. I've rewatched episodes of Friends and Fresh Prince and stuff quite a few times, just because I needed something to watch. But I've never gone back and rewatched a whole TV show. But I rewatched season 1 of The Mandalorian in preparation for season 2. But I also really want to watch the MCU in chronological order.
Yeah.
Because I've only ever watched it in release order. So yeah. So here's my fact from earlier. Are you familiar with the Force Unleashed games?
Yes, I am.
Yes.
I haven't played them though.
So are you familiar with Ram Kota?
Nope.
Okay, so Ram Kota was a Jedi Master dude. Wikipedia never
I
found.
know Shakti is in them.
Is in what? Oh yeah, she is, isn't she? Ram Kota was a human male who served as a Jedi Master in general during the Clone Wars. Born on a war-torn world, Kota fought in the trenches during the planet's internal conflicts from the age of 10. At the age of 18, Kota met the Jedi Mace Windu, who had been dispatched to the planet to end the conflict peacefully. Discovering Kota's he took Fallon Grace's Padawan sometime before the Clone Wars, training him to knighthood. During the Clone Wars, Kota was made a general in the Grand Army of the Republic. He did not believe that the clone troopers were fit for battle, however, and refused to lead them. Instead, he commanded his own militia comprised of volunteers. In 19 BBY, when Order 66 was issued, an emergency continued that ordered the clone forces to terminate the Jedi commanders who had been deemed a threat to the Republic. Kota survived the slaughter of his fellow Jedi since there were no clone troopers serving with him. So clone trooper, he allied himself with Bail Organa, blah, blah, blah. He was basically a rebel. And at one point in the early scripts of Rogue One, they were going to have Ram Kota instead of Churt, which would have been pretty cool. Because then he would have been canon, which he's not. But still.
Yeah.
I mean, you didn't need all that explanation. I could.
A lot of information to absorb.
A lot of information. And you won't remember a single word of it.
Wait, I was just thinking about this. Last podcast, did you say that Ezra was a few days older than Luke, or a couple years?
He was a year older, I think.
No, because he was born on. I'm pretty sure they were the same age, but he is a few days older because he's born on Empire Day, and they're born a couple of days after.
Well, that's what I just check Wikipedia. He was born. No,
Very
he was born.
trustworthy.
He was born 19 BBY on Empire Day.
Yeah.
So I think him and Luke were born on about the same day, actually. The thing that's always confused me about that is in the Twin Sons episode of Rebels, when Maul gets killed and we see Obi-Wan, Luke is on Tatooine and Obi-Wan goes and watches Luke, and we see Luke, who looks about 10, running to Aunt Beru, who kind of looks like a 10-year-old Luke, whereas there he should be 16 or 17. So that just seems kind of be a bit of a continuity error.
Maybe they're creating a separate timeline.
Don't start this again. we should probably get on to the analytical breakdown then. So categories, number 1, cinematography and visual is very high, very high, I think.
Yes.
Rogue One's the stuff
Stunning.
from Rogue One was really good. I think back to those the shots of when the Death Star blasts the Scarif base, and you kind of, the ending where Jin and Cassian are kissing, and you kind of see this big orange ball, and then you get like the out of atmosphere shot, and you can see it kind of expanding. It's such a beautiful shot.
Yeah.
I think cinematography and visuals 4.2.
But then again, there's Grand Moff Tarkin and Leia.
We don't talk about them. In their defense, there wasn't really much they could do.
Yeah.
I think 4.2. I would say 4.25, but it would take you off the 0.05 for Tarkin and Leia. 4.2. I believe that actually has the highest cinematography and visuals we've done yet. Obviously, it won't be the highest because Last Jedi is going to be the highest.
Of course, yes.
As I've said to you many times, Joe, no matter how much you hate the movie, you can't deny the cinematography and visuals are stunning.
Yeah, that's the only reason they might be on top of the Revenge of
the Sith.
Revenge of the Sith.
5 cinematography and visuals. But those shots in The Last Jedi are stunning. Sometimes they're absolutely amazing. I don't think we've actually done an episode of this without talking about The Last Jedi.
Probably not.
And how nervous we are for that analytical breakdown, because that could get messy. I think it's either going to get really messy or like go really smoothly, and we'll just kind of have to see. So, our next category is of course plot. Plot's good. I like the plot. It's a good plot.
Well,
I think
the plot is basically just depending of another movie, isn't it?
I think it is certainly harmed by the fact that every character has to die. Like every character who has somewhat main part has to snuff it, which really kind of sucks. I mean, there's nothing they could do about that, but still.
Yeah.
But the actual kind of storyline is really
pretty good. Yeah.
The whole thing with Galen Erso and stuff. I really want to read Catalyst, which tells the story of how Galen Erso first got involved with the Death Star project, which would be pretty cool. Plot, what do you think? 3.5?
Yeah, I think that's fair, to be honest.
We're actually kind of agreeing on this one. I don't think we've ever gone this far without having a kind of 3.59872113.
I don't think that's ever happened.
No.
Actually, maybe at the beginning.
Actually,
a few episodes of this.
Yeah, and New Hope was the score for New Hope was 15.5. So I think for that one it was all point something.
But then after that, it's just 3.2, 392.
I wonder when the last time we gave a non-decimal number was. Just like 3 or 4. Or it probably would have been Return of the Jedi, because we gave Star Wars this like. I know, because I don't think we did give Star Wars this 5 for that. Did we give Star Wars this 5 for that? I can't remember.
I'm pretty sure we did. Did we not?
I think we did. No, because I think we reserved 5 for Star Wars this for New Hope.
Did we do both? Did we not do both?
I'm not sure. I still think we could have given Rogue One a Star Wars list of like 4.5, because the nostalgia for that movie is just like it's.
I think we should have given Revenge of the Sith 5 for Star Wars-ness.
I don't think we did, because it's not particularly. It's a good movie.
I think it's very Star Warsy.
It's just not like a classic Star Wars movie for me. It hasn't got that feel of A New Hope. I think the only movie justified enough to have a 5 Star Wars is A New Hope, because A New Hope is Star Wars. It's maybe not the best movie, but it's literally Star Wars.
No.
Script. I think this is certainly one of the better scripts out there.
Yeah, definitely.
And the acting was very solid throughout. There wasn't one character who I saw and thought, you're right, or that's not great. It was all decent, solid, and I can't wait to see Diego Luna again in Andor. That should be. I can't wait for Andor.
I thought Andor kind of like fits in with what's his name? I can't remember his name.
Saw Gerrera.
Saw Gerrera's crew a lot more because we
I
got to
think
see the dark side of the rebellion.
I think it will kind of. Well, because remember, Cassian Andor grew up a separatist. That's how he was raised. So I think we're gonna see those maybe slightly more separatist tactics and that kind of attitude about him.
Yeah.
I think what we're gonna. Because with Din Djarin, we saw those flashbacks to his world getting torn apart by super battle droids. And I think what we're going to see for Andor is his world getting torn apart by clone troopers. And it's going to be really interesting to see that comparison there.
Well, I mean, when your whole entire style of life is manipulated by a Sith Lord.
Yeah. But, we're going to see the other side of the Clone Wars.
Yeah.
I think that's an episode I'd like to do at some point, that the Separatists had a point, because they did have a point. I mean...
Yeah, they did have a point, but it was just like...
most of them had a point. The ones who weren't under the influence of a super evil Sith Lord, whose master was trying to get the whole galaxy into war so he could eternally rule it.
Yeah.
Those ones had a point. It's just... I
can't remember her name, but...
Mina Bonteri.
Yeah, Mina Bonteri, Lux's mom.
Yeah.
Mother.
She was, like, onto something.
Yeah.
But, yeah, so if you read something like Queen's Shadow, it kind of shows just how useless the Republic was.
I've read hardly any Star Wars.
You haven't read any Star Wars, Joe.
Yeah.
Let's be real here.
That is true.
The script possibly 3.5 again? Maybe? What do you think?
3.7? I thought it was quite good, to be honest.
I can go with 3.7. I'm happy with that.
Alright.
I'm really trying to get like a whole streak where we're not doing any kind of 3.75, 25, 65, 35, 21, 87.
Then maybe this will be that day.
Yeah, you never know. I think for The Last Jedi, we should try and get it. Well, we've just got whole numbers. So obviously 5, 5, 5, 5, 5.
Yeah, maybe.
I know, because we cannot have Return of the Jedi beat. We cannot have The Last Jedi beat Return of the Jedi.
I know.
As much as I love Return of the Jedi, as much as I love The Last Jedi, and I adore it, it's still my second favorite Star Wars movie.
Well, I mean, Return of the Jedi was literally it was 4 out of 5. So shouldn't we have put in the best one at 5 out of 5? Because then it's like
no, because remember, we're not as much as we love the movie, we're not trying to do it with our own. We're not doing a what do Patrick and Joe like best. We're doing a looking at it without trying to limit our opinions. What is technically the best? Now, our opinions are going to influence it somewhat because that's how it works.
Yeah.
But we can't rig it so Return of the Jedi wins.
Mm-hmm.
Because that'd just be kind of unfair. Characters and character development. I think one of the problems Rogue One had was that it only had 2 hours to create, develop, and kill off these characters. Create, develop, get us attached to, create a story arc for, and kill off these characters. However, I think it did that very well.
Yeah.
Interesting. So in depth, they give this backstory. They all added to each other in one way or another. And obviously, Andor is now getting his own show. I must say, I loved the inclusion of Bail Organa in this. Bail Organa is an absolute legend.
After you read Bloodlines?
No, after I read Queen's Shadow.
Same
but
thing.
we talk about Queen's Shadow is about Padme. Bloodlines about Leia.
Same thing.
It's really not.
Padme and Leia. Yeah, okay.
Padme and Leia are not the same person because
Okay.
Leia came out of Padme. So
Thanks for the details. I didn't know that.
Character development. I like Jin. I like Cassian. I like K2. I like Chira. I like Baze.
4.
4?
4.
3.5. Please go with 3.5. because it's getting scarily high.
I mean, yeah, but Star Wars-ness, so...
Please. Yeah, but it's very close to A New Hope, so it's going to go quite high on Star Wars.
3.6.
3.5, please, Joe, please. 3.6. I know I just did a whole speech about how we can't wing this, but if this beats Return of the Jedi, I'm actually going to cry. Because there are only two...
To be honest, that is kind of... I'm trying to do that, if I'm really honest.
What, make it beat Return
I
of the
think
Jedi?
it would be very funny if it... Yeah.
There are only two movies that I'm fine with beating with... I'm fine with if they beat... I'd be fine if they beat Return of the Jedi, and that's Revenge of the Sith, which isn't going to be Return of the Jedi, and The Last Jedi.
Wait, don't worry, this definitely is not going to beat Return of the Jedi.
If it does, I swear to God, I'm actually going to die.
If Star Wars-ness isn't above 4, which it isn't going to be, because it's like, it's just not
remember,
very Star
cinematography vision for Return of the Jedi was like 3, which is a lot lower.
Yeah, but the overall is 4, and
I'm panicking, Joe.
it's not. Trust me, it's not gonna be.
Oh,
it's not gonna be.
If it does, then I'm chucking you off.
But it'd be funny if it was.
It'd be funny. It'd be funny and slightly traumatizing.
Yes.
God. The thing with Rogue One is it's very, very like A New Hope. So it's very, very Star Warsy, which makes this position really difficult.
It's not. It is very, very not Star Warsy at all.
Joe.
I'm being serious. Rogue One is not Star Warsy.
How is it not Star Warsy?
I mean, you've got the whole ragtag crew. We get to see the bad side of the rebellion. It is not Star Warsy at all, in my opinion.
I think maybe it's 3.
Yeah, but not anything above that, because...
2.9. Does that work for you?
Yeah, it does work for me.
Just 0.1 can make a difference. Right, okay. So with a cinematography and visual score of 4.2, a plot score of 3.5, a script score of 3.7, character development score of 3.6, and Star Wars-ness score of 2.9. Oh, thank God. Rogue One Star Wars story gets 17.9 out of 25.
I believe that is above Revenge of the Sith.
Which is a score of 3.58 out of 5.
Oh my! Oh,
it beat Revenge of the Sith. It beat it
by 0.01.
Literally less than 0.01, but it's 2.
Oh, 0.005.
0. Yeah, it'd be 0. I'm trying to do standard form in my head now. By 0.005, it beat it by 0.00502. Wow. How do you feel, Joe? How do you feel? Joe, how do you feel right now? That's so funny. So Joe, when I wanted to put characters and character development at 3.5, and you pushed it up, that if we put it at 3.5, it would have been below Revenge of the Sith.
Well, as long as Rogue One is above The Last Jedi.
How do you feel now, Joe?
Not good.
Because of you, Rogue One is above Revenge of the Sith.
Yeah.
How do you feel? I mean, that's gotta sting. Thing is, I've never particularly liked Rogue One all that much. Like, it's a really good movie, but it's never been like up there for me.
Yeah, because it's not Star Warsy.
No, it just never been.
Like, yeah, it is going up to the Star Wars movie, right? It's
I really
not
enjoyed
Star
the movie,
Warsy.
but it's never been it's never been in my top 5, and now it's number 2.
Yeah. I mean, when I saw the poster for it, I thought it was just like, this isn't Star Wars, what? Like,
I was not expecting that at all.
Hasn't got any Jedi lightsabers, hasn't got anything.
Yeah, I guess it lacks that factor. If by having Jedi and lightsabers is your and the Force is your thing, then Rogue One then Solo is absolutely screwed.
Oh yeah. Solo isn't Star Wars like at all either.
Well, it's more kind of gunslinger.
I think that's kind of the point of having it as a spin-off.
Spin-off, yeah. I can't believe it's beaten. Right. Okay. So, so our analytical breakdown order is so for us is at bottom we have Attack of the Clones with 2.0884. Then the Phantom Menace with 2.4512. Then A New Hope with 3.1. Then Empire Strikes Back with 3.2392. Then The Force Awakens with 3.4448. Then Revenge of the Sith with 3.57498. Then Rogue One, so being above Revenge of the Sith, Rogue One with 3.58, and finally, of course, Return of the Jedi with 4.059. That kind of second, third, and fourth between what's fifth? Is that between second and fourth? There's only a gap of calculator. Come on, there's only a gap of. Oh no, I didn't mean to do that. This calculator's so annoying.
Come on, do it in your head.
I'm not doing that in my head. Between between third, fourth, second, third, and fourth, there's only a gap of 0.1352. That's close.
Yes.
That's really close.
I really want to do a ranking of all the Star Wars movies.
You mean our personal ones?
Yeah, our personal ones.
I think the reason I decided to do this series was because I think our personal ones are so different that we would never be able to agree, which is why we're doing us this way. And for some reason, Rogue One has come out second. But I mean, the fact's all there. Looking at our categories here, it is a very good film. That's
I do like it. Do you? I think it's a good movie.
I like the film. It's certainly not in my top 5.
Oh.
I never
maybe.
I never understood the extreme hype around it, to be honest. It was all right, but it was never astounding.
Yeah.
But I think maybe when I rewatch it, I think after rewatching this, I'm gonna certainly go into movies like Rogue One with a very different view. You know?
Yeah.
It should be interesting.
Try and see the positive things in movies, not the negative.
I always do.
Yeah.
I think it's you that has the problem with that, Joe. I would like to read out your WhatsApp messages to me when you're watching The Last Jedi.
Yo, you don't have to. You don't have to. Like, you don't feel obliged to do so. It's not necessary. It's not a necessity. It's not a necessity.
Right. It's so boring. I actually can't. The Last Jedi. No, the bombers are dying. She's only the one bomber left. It's all down to her. Oh no. Sarcasm. Okay. Sequels by themselves aren't that bad, but like it's a complete replica of the original trilogy. It's a big bad overall force. It's an exact rip of the same emperor, just like an oldie rip-off. There was the rebellion. It's just like, okay, what was the original trilogy for if the empire's here?
Yeah.
It's not that something Luke. It's not that Luke. It isn't Luke. They ruined him. Oh, for hell's sake. OMG, they ruined it. They ruined it. I tried to enjoy it, but I can't. I just can't. What the hell is this? I hope Dave Filoni can pull out madness, as the road men say, because he has a great mistake to fix. I just can't watch the movie without saying anything. Why do they need Luke if they're loads of Jedi? It's literally impossible. I mean, that's just pure gold. Oh God!
I'm trying to see the positives. Okay.
That was you seeing the positives, was it?
Yeah.
That was you. Oh God! That is hilarious, though. And I had to censor a lot of that. If I hadn't had to censor that, it would have been way worse.
Maybe you should do it uncensored one day.
Way worse. I think one time we should probably just do like an uncensored podcast where we just kind of go through the movies that we both hate and have. I think one day we need to do an uncensored podcast on The Last Jedi where we just sit there for an hour having a massive argument about it. And then I think I think our reaction video when we do the marathon for The Last Jedi is going to have to be an uncensored one, because the words that are going to be coming out of your mouth not going to be happy words. I'm going to have to spend the whole time going, think happy thoughts, Joe, think happy thoughts. Okay, so that just about wraps up the podcast for today. Thank you guys so much for listening. Be sure to subscribe on whatever platform you're listening to us on. Catch us when the next podcast comes out. Check out our Instagram at HQ and my channel, Astromech Productions. Thank you very much. May the force be with you.
May the force be with you.